If you go to California, Arizona, certain places, right? As we discussed before, like most Mexican Americans do not fuck with blacks like on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
For whatever their history is and whatever shit they got. So that reference point that they have no reference point of people that look like us, right?
Yeah.
I could show you somebody that looks like him, right? His complexion, and his grandfather is my complexion.
Yeah.
But he's from Nicaragua, Colombia, Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you go to other regions of the world, you find darker people in the family tree. So it's kind of hard for you to feel a way about Negro people when you have Negro people in your family, no matter how you look.
I disagree with that because I got a lot of friends that will tell you. They will tell you. They will tell you. We had this conversation the other day at work.
Tell me.
One of my coworkers, his wife is Mexican. And he was explaining that same breakdown about having darker skinned Mexicans. And he said, even she said.
But they're not black. It's different.
No.
No, there's Afro. There's Afro Mexicans.
Black.
Yeah, there's Afro Mexicans. Yes.
The Dominican Republic that don't even think that they are black.
Yeah.
They are.
Right. But here's the difference.
There's stories.
But here's the difference with that. A lot of that what you're talking about is colorism.
But it's the same thing.
No, it's
not.
It's not the same thing.
No, it is the
colorism
same thing.
and racism are two different things, bro.
Bro, I feel what you're saying, but where
you
does
cannot compare.
Where does it start from?
I'm gonna break it down to you.
It is the same
You
kind of thing.
cannot compare people who grew up with some reference of black people and people who never grew up with black people.
But they do it all the time. They do it all the time. They do it all the time in the islands. Like I said, the Dominican Republic is one of the. You can speak to that.
Because in like Haiti,
it's
colorism, but it's racism there too.
Yeah.
Because
But
over there, they look at those
So then let
people
me ask you
different.
this. So I'm gonna ask you this. If that's the case, then why is it that everybody blends on a certain side of the country and everyone is separate on another side of the country? Explain that.
What do you mean?
What the fuck?
You gotta
What did I
elaborate.
just ask
You
you?
gotta elaborate on that.
I see way more interracial relationships on the East Coast, from New York all the way down to Florida. Specifically New York. Let's just say New York and Miami. I'm gonna say Florida.
I'm just gonna say the South because I disagree with the New York thing, but we can talk about it another time.
How do you disagree with the New
Because
York?
I lived in the South for 10 years. I grew up in New York just like you.
Okay.
Right? When you go down
Where did
south,
you hang out when you was in New York?
I grew up in Flatbush.
Where did you hang out?
Bro, I grew up in Flatbush. I went to Midwood. I was in Brooklyn.
Where did you hang out? Answer the question.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You know why you didn't see that? Because you was not uptown like I was.
Bro,
No. That has a lot to do with it.
When you say interracial, are you talking about blacks and whites or blacks and Hispanics?
Exactly.
I'm talking about blacks and whites and blacks and Hispanics.
I don't see. Listen, I live in Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is.
Answer me about New York though.
Bro,
I didn't see a lot of them.
I work uptown.
Working there and being there most of the time are two different things.
Now when you serve in the community, you working there 5 days a week.
The point that I'm making to you is, there's a lot more cultural blending in places like this
they're melting
and
pots.
New York versus the West Coast. Period. I'm not
I understand
arguing about
exactly
it.
what you're talking about.
And I'm not arguing about it. Like it is what it is.
I just said when it comes.
But I am, so you have to keep the argument where I'm keeping it. I am comparing it.
If you're going to speak about that, when it comes to the West Coast though,
well, you know what's a good example of what he's talking about? When you go to train stations, who do you see? You see everybody in there, right? When you go to certain areas in New York, you see everybody in there.
Because it's something that forces you to travel.
Right, but if you go to like Ohio,
but you can't really compare. The West Coast is different than the East Coast because one, it's more melting pots, like where all of these first generation people came. Like so many.
I don't care why it is. I'm just telling you what it is.
No, okay, because like on the West Coast, but what you said was that you see more interracial over there. What I'm saying is
just interracial, not only relationships,
no,
friendships, business partners.
What I can say though,
what I'm trying to say is,
what I can say is that in New York,
like
when
here,
it happened,
I saw a black guy working in
a
a
6-year-old kid
Mediterranean
getting shot
restaurant.
yes,
but
over here is more of a melting pot. It's kind of like
where it happened at, it would possibly make sense
Bro,
for it to happen.
I
But
saw
like in LA,
a black guy working in a Mediterranean restaurant here. I've never seen that in LA anywhere.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I've been to numerous
numerous
Mediterranean restaurants.
Most of the people, like out here on the East Coast.
So I want you to speak to that.
That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, good.
That's what I'm trying to do. On the East Coast, everybody from like England, from Europe, they all came to the East Coast first. From the Caribbean, they all come to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Whereas on the West Coast, it was a lot of Asians. I know they were in San Francisco. They helped with the railroads. Those are generations and generations.
Not U.S. history, bro. Get to the fucking point.
I don't understand. You asked me to explain something. I'm trying to
let
explain
me know what history, my nigga.
That's history?
Let me know what
He's trying to get to the point. I understand what he's doing.
We know this, man.
If you know it, then how are you? Why are you asking?
Because
it's not a melting pot on that side. They're
all
like
right, so you either support what I'm saying or you don't.
You just asked why. That's what you did. You said.
Are you agreeing or not agreeing? Pick one.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't get it. Am I crazy?
What are you talking about? Okay, the West Side.
He said that he sees it like this, and I'm telling you why.
Asians, right? And then everything else. On the East Side, it's Caribbean, it's Europeans.
That's what I'm saying.
Americans, it's all.
So how can you compare? Like you can compare the two, but
I can't compare the two.
Two.
I can definitely compare the two.
How?
Why can't I compare?
But it's different. It's different.
That's what you do when things are different. You make a comparison. What the fuck are you saying?
And that's what I was explaining.
I still feel like New York is different from Atlanta because Atlanta has a lot of black people from the South.
Yeah, but he was talking about Miami and New York. They're both melting pots. And they have generations of generations.
Right.
Like LA is a place where it's a lot of out-of-towners who started to go there recently. Whereas they have a big group of Mexicans, they have blacks, they have Asians. It's not now there's like Armenians, there's all of this, but in New York, Florida, it's everybody.
I don't give a shit about anything that you're saying. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, there's no blending. Like you don't see too many people
That doesn't make sense.
Of other cultures doing business. What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. All right, bro. How do you bring the conclusion of what
there? Like
I'm not disagreeing with you, but when you're saying that
I don't give a fuck why. I'm just telling you what it is.
Then why even compare it? If you're saying that yo, you see this and you see this, and if you already know the reason why, what's the reason that you're comparing it there? Because when you say, yo, I see it here, but I don't see it here, you want to know what's the reason you see it on this side and you don't see it. Am I crazy? Am I crazy what I'm saying?
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you why I felt, I'm gonna tell you why I went against what you were saying, especially with the New York part of it.
I don't know how you're gonna go into the New York part.
Explain it to you.
Did you hang out were you hanging out uptown?
Let me explain it to you, and I'm gonna tell you why. How we look at a melting pot, is like this. We have different people from a bunch of different countries or different places that come to live in New York. That's the reason it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
The reason why New York is probably one of the most segregated places on earth is because if you look at Flatbush, predominantly
New York is segregated by wealth. That's what it's segregated by.
No, because if you take the Midwood area, it's predominantly Jewish. A lot of these areas you can't even buy homes in. So it is segregated. You're looking at it from how many people are there. You're not looking at it from an aspect of what actually is. That's how you're looking at it.
Listen, you can't buy a house there because of one specific group.
No, it's not only one specific group. Like even
you ever see any blacks by what's that? Not even by Ocean Ave. Or do you see any like what are the Russians are by
how many blacks do you see?
Ocean Parkway?
How many blacks
Not
do you
Ocean
see
Parkway,
living behind Mill Basin?
I know a few black people that
said how many?
I'm looking.
They chose not to buy a house there.
They can't buy in that area, bro. A lot of these people cannot buy in
Why
these
can't?
areas.
All right. If we're talking about the Jewish people, I know that they specifically
Russians do it too, bro.
Okay.
New York is super segregated.
Hold on. Do you blame them though?
You see? You see this? Yes.
Do you blame them though?
Oh man.
No, but I'm saying, but think about it, right? Think about it. If you look at the way niggas act, the way they listen, I own houses in Baltimore. Trust me, bro. I don't even want to own houses where I own those houses. And I'm taking you through there. You've seen some of this shit that goes on out. Bro, somebody was murdered in cold blood in one of my properties, bro. Drug sale gone bad, bro.
I remember.
Blood on the wall, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Who is letting anyone come into their community Now, I'm not saying everyone is like that, but when you have those reference points that span so many years, it's like, can you really blame them?
I mean, I can, but that's what we're trying to say.
Is that really racism?
It's frustrating.
Hold on, but is that really racism, though?
The reason it's frustrating.
Is that really
It still
racism?
partially is, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of the things, there's people out here that have never even interacted with black people. A lot of people, their perception of what black people are is what they see in movies and what they see on the
And
news
music videos.
and music videos.
And World
So,
Star.
right, but who
Bro,
is in the fucking video perpetuating the fucking image?
A small,
Who's producing the stuff that we're seeing? It's not us.
They
Yeah,
would have
small
nothing to
demographic.
produce if we don't take part in it.
That's bullshit.
You know what's crazy?
That's bullshit.
You know what's crazy though? No. You know what's crazy though?
How you gonna produce something that I'm not taking part in?
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy with what you're saying and what he's saying? Is that it is really a small percentage that represent everybody. Because if you really...
It's not a small percentage.
It is.
No, it's not.
It really is, bro.
What?
It really is.
Yo, bro.
Bro, if there's 100,
It depends on where you are.
bro,
It depends on where you are.
that can be with anything.
It
I'm talking
depends on
about
where
as a
you are.
majority.
Okay.
As a majority, a lot of blacks are not like that. They're not. It's just like you see a bald white dude. You don't think they're doing chemotherapy, right? Like you think that you
They
might not
could be
think all
part of the
races-
Aryan nation. They could be a skinhead.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, it is a small percentage of them, and they account for everybody. That's what's wrong about it. So it's like, imagine I want to get into this neighborhood. I'm like, I'm with upwardly mobile, and I can't even be in this neighborhood because of some shit some nigga did on World Star. I'm not even like him. I actually despise him.
But this is the thing. I've never had those issues, and I've lived in neighborhoods where I'm like I'm a rarity in those neighborhoods.
Bro,
like,
they
and
thought you were like Muslim or you were like a sheik or something like that. Your name is Saeed.
I'm gonna tell you about the
They saw it when they looked at your bank account first. They thought you was from.
I don't got no money.
There's some niggas that I like, and sometimes you feel that way. It's very nice. You're like, oh, it's too Caucasian. Reason why
I've never felt that way.
I felt that way. You know?
Why?
Because like what comes with the too Caucasian thing is the way how they in their culture kind of looks at you. So
I don't care how you look at me, but go ahead. You can look with your eyes however you
that's
want.
one component of it.
So break it down.
The
Lily.
energy, the uneasiness, and
That's
that's one.
fucking uneasiness. You're not about to kick
That's
my
one
door in and
part.
kill me. So
That's one part. The other part is when it comes to the police too.
what does
They
that have to
look
do with
at you
anything?
different, too.
I've
It's
never
also-
been, bro. I've never had a situation with police by my crib where I felt uneasy, bro. Ever. There's never been that situation, bro.
That's your
Well, then you're in the
experience.
minority of black people.
That's your
No,
experience.
nigga, you just gotta know how to move. It's
Bro,
It doesn't matter.
I get what Jerry's
It
saying.
doesn't
I get what
matter.
Jerry's saying.
no. Give me an example. I'm tired of people saying shit vague.
Go,
Give me
all
an
right.
example.
Go throw a typical Brooklyn backyard party, massive speakers in a totally Caucasian neighborhood, and see what happens.
That's a fact.
And see what happens.
So,
that party will not last.
hold
it will
on.
get shut down.
It won't last and it will get shut down. Now I'm gonna take that same fucking party and I'm gonna take it to a black neighborhood like Canarsie, and that party won't last
But it's
either.
still getting shut down for different reasons.
Because niggas gonna shoot that shit up. So either fucking way it's not gonna
But
last,
you're
my
taking-
nigga.
You're missing the
That's
point.
not true.
You're taking it in completely
That's
different
not
But
true.
that's the reason
That's
why
not
they
true.
don't want it in
That's
their
not true.
community.
No, that's not true. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna
Fuck
tell you
you
this.
talking
I'm gonna
about?
tell you this.
Bro,
No, wait. No, you're missing the
I done
point.
dumped
You're missing the
mad
point.
bullets at mad parties, nigga.
Listen.
What are
Let me
you
tell you
talking
something.
about?
Let me tell you something. No, don't.
No, we not
Listen.
editing nothing.
Listen.
It's unreal. We're not editing
Jerry-
shit. What are you talking about? What are we
Jerry's
editing?
been to barbecues at my crib. There are 1,000 people there. Everybody's peaceful. You've been there. I got pictures.
Because those people
Wait.
know you.
No. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Cops come, then they make the situation a situation. Everybody's family. And they make it a situation to where they made it a fight. They made something happen when they're pushing everybody. There was nothing. All family, all peaceful. Mad times I've seen it. Multiple times when there's nothing going
What
on.
do you call
If there was a-
peaceful?
if there was
Hold
a-
on. What do you call peaceful?
Everybody just chilling.
No bikes? No bikes out?
Bro,
Yeah, there was bikes.
there's
out.
bikes, but yo, bro, when there's a barbecue at my crib, sometimes there's no music.
So niggas not doing burnouts?
No.
Niggas not
At the
wheeling?
end.
Niggas not doing wheeling?
No, bro.
They all parked up.
Okay.
Everybody's parked up. Then the cops will come, bro. There was one time they called it a level 1. There was fucking helicopters. 2 precincts came to my crib for no reason.
Okay, all right.
And there's
all right.
every
then
summer.
I stand corrected
You know
on
what I'm saying?
that.
And there's a lot of times
But I'm
they agitated.
Well, listen, those probably your barbecues. Every fucking barbecue I've been to in the hood, I've been running from gunshots, bro. I've never seen
but
it.
it's not all of them.
Okay.
It's not all of them. And
so
even,
for me,
even in that, when you really think about it, back to what I was saying is, it's one fucker who fucks everything up.
It's not one.
Yes, it do. Bro, there was a barbecue a couple of years ago. This dude goes into the barbecue. Nice thing, 40, 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
Something happened with some guy and his wife. Dude gets off of a dollar van. He goes there. He shoots somebody in the head. Everybody else was cool. It was just one guy. And this one person makes everybody look bad.
But my thing is, you talking about years and years of this happening. So my point
But
is,
nobody
you
says
might
anything
be
with the bar
hold
fights
on,
though.
hold on.
Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of bar fights at these pubs, Irish people. Shit happens.
But niggas ain't dying though, bro. It's a fight,
They're
bro.
probably not dying.
I've seen cops in New York plenty times in the city let niggas fight, let them shake, and keep it pushing.
Sometimes.
I've seen that a lot of times.
Sometimes.
I've seen niggas get locked up too.
But
I'm saying is, when it comes to a fight, it's not that serious.
They aggravate it a lot.
But let me ask you this: in the summertime, you go to any hood, anywhere where there's predominantly hood niggas in the hood, and they throw in a barbecue, and you compare it to other neighborhoods, who's doing the most shooting, my nigga.
Yes.
All right, so then stop going by case and
but
look at it.
But it is
look at it in its entirety.